to a new video. If you are new here, then welcome. Go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss an upload. And if you're an oldie but a goodie, then thank you so much for coming back to another video. Okay, you guys, so today's video is super exciting. I'm doing a school supply haul. I haven't done one on my channel. I think it's been like a year, maybe even a little over a year, because I did my first initial school supply haul when I started NP school. And then after that, I kind of wasn't really buying school supplies. Pretty much an online student, so for the most part, I don't have like the typical supplies, you know, if I was going on campus. When I first started school, I bought all my binders and the pens and highlighters and all that kind of stuff. So this video here is going to be a little bit different. So I'm sure you guys saw in the title, this is going to be a paperless student edition. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I recently, well, not recently, it's pretty much been a few months now, but I did buy a new iPad and I transitioned into the paperless student flow. So in this video, I'm just going to talk a little bit about how I use my iPad for notes, the apps that I have in here, and just some of the gadgets that I use. For the most part, I have completely transitioned into the paperless student flow. So that means that all my textbooks are in here, all of my school supplies, such as like pens, highlighters, note-taking apps, and like binders, dividers, like that kind of stuff is pretty much all in here. Let me just stop rambling. Let's get into it. I said it's not going to be your traditional school supply haul where I'm actually showing you like supplies that you would get at the store. This is more like digital electronic things that you can find within the iPad. All right, so first things first, I want to give you guys the specs on which iPad I have and what pen I use. I get this question literally every day. Every time I post it to my Instagram stories, you guys are like, what are you using? What app is that? Here's the iPad right here. I just have this cute like rose goldy pink. You guys will see all my accessory type of things are like this pinky color. I just love that for my electronics. So yeah, here is the background right here. So this iPad right here is the iPad 2018. I keep getting a whole bunch of questions on it. Like, I guess people don't understand what the iPad 2018 is, but it's basically not the iPad Pro. And I think there's even like a new version that just came out or is about to come out. But this is pretty much the new, kind of like the new 2018 version of like the original iPad. So that just means that it has the writing capabilities, and there's just like a vamped up version. I didn't personally choose to get the iPad Pro because all I use my iPad for is just like note taking. I don't really use my iPad for any other things such as like videos and like things like that. I usually just use my MacBook. I didn't really feel the need to get the iPad Pro because I still do all my schoolwork and all that stuff on my MacBook. So I did want to address that question also because a lot of you guys have been asking me like, should I get a MacBook or an iPad for school? And that really just comes down to you. Like, I can't answer that question for you. I personally prefer a laptop. Like, I'm not going to be typing papers on here. I mean, you can if you want to hook up like those little keyboards and stuff, but that's not my style. I'm more of like a traditional laptop kind of person. If I want to go on Safari and, you know, do all my papers, my notes, like I just need a traditional laptop. And the iPad, all I use it for is to actually write down and take my notes, which I will talk to you guys. Now, the next supply is the Apple Pencil. So a lot of people ask me, what pencil are you using? Like, what is that? Where did you get it? And it's like, guys, it's literally the Apple Pencil. I think it throws some people off because they do have this little case on it. My accessories and things that I mentioned in this video are pretty much from Amazon. You guys know I'm an Amazon kind of girl, okay? And I will leave it linked down below. I do have like an Amazon favorites list where it's super easy for you guys to just like go on there and shop like my favorite things. I try to add things to that list. Like whenever I buy something, I'm like, oh, I feel like the nerd gang is gonna like this. So I usually try to update that list. But yeah, all these accessories like the case and all the other stuff. So pretty much these are my two main supplies that I use to take notes. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into the iPad. I'm gonna show you guys some of the apps, like my go-to, you know, study note-taking type of apps. So being a paperless student, pretty much you can take written notes on the iPad. So that is something that's really crazy and different to me. Like, I don't know, technology is so crazy. You feel me? It's like back in the day, it's like a few months ago. But you know, I used to be the kind of girl to print out like my PowerPoint slides and actually take notes on these slides. I've never been the type to take like typed notes. I don't like typing out notes. I have to write things down. So So when I saw this whole new like Apple Pencil and you can write down notes, and I was very intrigued by it. Some other videos with like medical students and, you know, some other college students that were doing this, and I was like, ooh, this is something that's very convenient, and it definitely was a great transition for me because now I don't have to print out like the books and heavy books of PowerPoint slides. Honey, if you're in nursing or MP school or med school, you know what I'm talking about. Them PowerPoint slides are like 120 slides and you're printing out killing trees and ink, and it's just a lot of extra work. Move on, I did want to let you guys know I do have a video on how I take notes on the iPad, so I won't be necessarily going in depth with that. I just want to show you guys the apps and the things that I use. If you want to see how I take my notes, I'll link the video down below. The app that I purchased to take my notes is Notability. I researched and looked at a few different like reviews and stuff. The other one that's really popular is GoodNotes. So my cousin is actually in PA school and she uses GoodNotes. It's kind of just like preference, you guys. Just look up some reviews like GoodNotes versus Notability and just see which one works the best for you. They're like around the same price. So I have Notability and it was $10 on the App Store, and I have no complaints with it. Like, I honestly really like this app. So yeah, I'm just gonna open up like a blank piece of paper and just kind of show you guys. Like, I do have a video on like how I take notes on here, so I won't be going in depth with that, but I just wanted to show you guys they came out with like this new feature where you can actually pick your own pen colors and do all this. So this was very exciting for me because I'm all about different colors, and you can you know, pick your own highlighter colors, your own pen colors. So that was a nice little upgrade that I enjoy. So yeah, if you are going paperless, you are gonna have to invest in a note-taking app. I mean, you can use the notes version on, I guess, just the regular notes, you know, that comes with the iOS. But if you really want to be organized, Notability or GoodNotes is really where it's at. So you can do subjects and dividers in here. It's just like having a binder. So all of these are pretty much like my binders, and then you click in here and then you have like dividers that go into it and subjects. So that was my 502, which was so yeah, that was the class that I was in last semester, and you can see I have exam 1, exam 2, and if you open each of these, then all the notes are over here on the side. So I try to keep my notes very organized and make it a lot easier when I'm going into like an exam week. I think this semester I'm trying out something a little bit different. Instead of grouping my notes per exam, I'm actually gonna separate my notes by weeks. So I kind of already started that. Let me get a little bit closer so you guys can see. All right, so I don't know how this glare is working out, but this is the one that I'm trying to show you guys right here, 503. That's the class that I'm taking this semester. So when you open that up, I have week 1 neuro and week 2 renal. And then as the weeks go in, I will be importing my notes because that is kind of a longer process. I did talk about that in my how I take notes video, so you guys can refer to that video. Let's go ahead and go to week 1, and all the notes imported in here. Let's just open one up really quick so I can show you guys. And here it is, pediatric headache. So I was, you know, at the lecture, listening to the lecture. I just go right here and just take my notes. You have your highlighter, you can highlight things. You could like change the size of this. I mean, you could just do like a bunch of stuff on here. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. You could even like type in here if you wanted to. So yeah, you guys, those are pretty much the main things that go into like my paperless student supply. Just the iPad, the pencil, the note-taking app. I do have a screen protector on here. It's the matte version one. I prefer the matte version one because it gives the pencil like a nice grip when I'm writing. I did not like the glass version, like the typical screen protectors, you know, like the one you put on your iPhone. I didn't like it. I feel like the pen was just kind of sliding across the screen and it made like an annoying tapping sounds. I couldn't get used to it. I'm very used to writing on paper, and I've always been the kind of person to like really grip down when I'm writing. So yeah, I love the matte screen protector. Like, it just gives the pencil a nice little grip, and it really just feels like I'm writing on paper. My hand doesn't get tired, and I don't know, I'm really just used to it at this point. Okay, so that was one app. That was Notability. The next app that I want to talk to you guys about is for medical students, NP or PA. Really, if you're in like a provider type of role, if you're in nursing school, you don't need to invest in this. But if you're going into more of like the diagnosing and prescribing type of roles, then I would definitely invest in this app. And that one is UpToDate. So I've had UpToDate since last, something that I had to purchase as I started my clinical rotations. UpToDate is the GOAT, okay, when it comes to like just clinical facts It's so user-friendly. So I have it both on my MacBook, on my phone, on my iPad. I mean, I just bought the whole entire yearly version, which I believe was $200. I know, but it is so useful, you guys, when you're in clinical and you're trying to look up like a quick, you know, prescription, or you need to figure out like what's the first line treatment for something, or you know, your differential diagnoses. So UpToDate is really amazing for anybody that's in a provider role. Okay, and the last app that I want to mention before I move on to my next supply is PicManik. So you guys, I'm not even gonna beat the dead horse when it comes to PicManik. You guys already know that is my go-to study app. Okay, go-to study app. I have it on all my devices, so my MacBook, again, my iPhone, my iPad. PicManik is where it's at if you want visuals when it comes to studying. I have a few videos already on PicManik, like how I studied pharm, how I studied for patho. Like all of my study videos include PicManik because it is just so good. It pretty much just gives you like a visual, and it helps you remember the material. It helps you like retain the material. Like, you guys, I cannot talk enough about it. I mention it on all my social media. I know a lot of you guys have already hopped on the PicManik train. If you haven't already, I don't know what you're doing, girl, but you're studying too hard is all I want to say. You're studying too hard, because I don't know how you can study without the PicManik. It's like my study buddy when it comes to like exam days and just like retaining information. Like, oh my gosh, in this program it's just so much information thrown at you. So yeah, the PicManik really gives me visuals, and it helps me like remember things. And I can't really tell you guys exactly how much it costs anymore, because I bought mine last year and I bought the whole year version, but I do have a 20% off discount code. I know a lot of you guys have already used it, but it's linked in the description box. Girl, honey, if you're not on PicManik already, like I said, I don't know what rock you're under, but you need to get on it. That's gonna be your study buddy, I'm telling you. Thank me later, sis. All right, you guys, the next school supply haul that I recently purchased is some AirPods. Girl, I finally hopped onto the AirPods. Yeah, I finally got me some AirPods. I don't know why I haven't been on the AirPods thing. Like, I'm all about that cord life, like walking around cords like tangled up everywhere. Little things have made it so much simpler. They are right here. I do have this cute little pink case on it. Y'all already know, honey. You already know at this point, pink is my color, okay? This baby pink, this is like my brand color. Honestly, I think I love the little baby pink so much because it just reminds me of my brand. Like, my packaging is pink, my website is pink, so it just goes with me, okay? Yeah, I'm not gonna do like an in-depth thing on, you know, what the AirPods are. They're pretty much just the wireless headphones. I love them so much because, you know, look at that. It's so concealable. You could be at the library and, you know, just have one in and you're still peeping your surroundings. They connect so seamlessly with all your Apple devices. So for example, right now I put one in my ear. All I have to do is just like open this up and it's just automatically paired. It does the same with my MacBook. So say I'm on there like studying or I'm looking at a video, I just pop these on and it's just like it recognizes when it's in your ear. It's so crazy. Like, technology is wild, okay? But it recognizes when it's in your ear. It just automatically. Another thing that I love is that you could just like cover it up really quick like that. You know what I mean? You don't have all them cords like hanging down, like killing your aesthetic, boo-boo, okay? You guys, even at work or clinical, I'm all about, you guys know, or maybe you don't know. If you're like new, you may not know, but I'm all about my Hertz tones, HZ. Hertz tones. I love listening to Hertz tones. They keep me chilled down. You know, if you're in clinical, it's a high stress situation. You feel me? Like, you're stressed out. You're trying to make sure you don't make a mistake. So something I'm doing this semester really is just like sometimes, like if it's too much going on, I will pop one of these in and you can't even see it. Like, you can't see it. And I'll play like just a tone. Like, it's not music. It's not distracting or anything. It's just like a nice little background tone. And I love it because it's so discreet. Like, nobody needs to know that. And it's really nice, like in clinical, if I'm like writing my soap notes or I'm just like charting and stuff, you know, I just have one in. It's not distracting. Like I said, I'm not bumping music and flipping bricks. That's something I do when I'm outside of clinical. You feels, you know, girl, I be blasting that Nicki, Young Thug, you know. In the clinical setting, you know, I just put on like my Hertz tones. I love to listen to lo-fi, like study beats, just like beats. I'm all about beats. Like, I feel like it's chill. But this has been like a bomb investment. I can't believe I'm just now getting around to using this. And like I said, if you're at the library studying, you know, if you're transporting your things, I used to get so annoyed. Like I had to take my headphones off when I was like walking places because it would get like all tangled up. And then I had to switch out headphones when I was using my MacBook, because you guys know the new iPad and the iPhones have this type of connector, and the MacBook has the like original one. So I had to carry around 2 headphones. It was just too much. All right, right here, I will also leave the little case link down below. I love it. It's like this nice soft silicone case. You know, it just protects your little case from scratches and stuff. And in case you didn't know how these work, you put your headphones in here, and the actual case is what charges them up. So, you know, you just charge up the case right here, and it's just so convenient. I forgot to mention that Apple Pencil works the same way too. So here's the thing. And in order to charge your Apple Pencil, you just hook it up to the iPad right there. So that's what charges it. I used to be like a traditional like paper pencil like kind of girl. So this is a lot of new stuff to me. But I know it may seem like this is a big investment. Like I'm not telling you, oh, go buy an iPad and go buy a pencil and some AirPods and you need all this stuff. Like you really don't. But to be honest, I've actually saved money because, girl, when I tell you, I was going through so much ink and paper and just, oh my gosh, it was just so much. So if I'm going to a coffee shop or the library, all I need to take is just this in my purse. And that's it. Like I don't have to carry around big heavy binders, textbooks. My textbooks are in here. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'm doing the ebook thing. So again, my textbooks are right into the Notability app. Let me just open one up really quick for you. I'm almost done. Textbooks right here, and I could just take my pencil and highlight into this. There's just a lot of things that you can do with the Notability app. Like I said, I will leave that video on how I take my notes linked down below. That will maybe answer some questions that you may have. But yeah, you guys, that is going to be it for this school supply haul. My camera is literally dying, so I will leave the things linked down below. Like I said, most of it is from Amazon, so I will leave my Amazon list linked down below. And yeah, you guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys all have a great semester. Like, let's crush it, okay? We're claiming all A's this year. Oh, Kurt, all A's. We're graduating. We're getting these degrees. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to just crush the semester, you need? All right, girl, I will let you guys go. I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.